Hello, everyone. It's Emily, also known as Ivy and Honey on Instagram. So I posted recently about unboxing videos coming, and they are, I promise. I actually recorded both videos for the two decks that I had included in that post. However, technology has other plans for me, and I'm having a really hard time getting it uploaded here. And so this may be the first one you see because it's a smaller deck. So I'm hoping with a smaller or a shorter video that it may have less trouble. But so it's not the first video I've done, but it may be the first one you're seeing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started though. So, all right, first off, how cute is this and what deck are we doing? So, I have been flitzing around during quarantine on Etsy, looking for just very local and original designers of tarot and oracle cards, because I like to have things that are unique, and I like to find things that are very personally connecting and special in that way. And so it's just a thing I do, and I stumbled across this deck that I ended up ordering, and I don't know too much about in advance, but so this is the Inner Child, what is inside of this. It does not have this card back, but the Inner Child Oracle deck from Seven Realm Design on Etsy. Her name is Amanda Hales. She is a designer out of North Carolina. She has a few different decks up on her Etsy website, and they're all very cool. The Inner Child is just something I've been doing a lot of work with as a concept and with myself, and so I felt very drawn to having that be the focus of the Oracle cards, and I just felt like it's a good thing that everybody should address, because not many people address their inner child, and quite frankly, I wouldn't be getting to address it as much as I am right now if we weren't in quarantine. So that being said, it came in a lovely little envelope, and it was just these three things in here. So the first thing is this lovely little card that has a note on the back from Amanda. She says, "Thank you for your order and for supporting independent artists like me. Please let me know if you have any questions or issues regarding your purchase, as I am more than happy to help. Much love and many blessings, Amanda." So I actually haven't reviewed her cards on Etsy yet, just because I actually have not opened this velvet bag, and I'm so excited since it came, and I will be doing that after this video. She seems so lovely, and I can tell like this is just so personalized, and I love that. And what a beautiful card. So super sweet, and look forward to hopefully getting to interact with her a little bit. This was also included, and I believe, like I said, this isn't the card deck or a card back for this deck, but I believe this may be one of her other decks that she's designed. It was included, and it's a Spring Tide, and just how fitting. I'm not gonna lie, she kind of looks like Pink a little bit to me, like the artist Pink, but it's so lovely, and it's got, I think, some butterflies in there and just these beautiful flowers. And I wish I knew more about it, but it does make me feel very springy, lighter, a little bit more creative, like getting those juices flowing. So I love getting this card, and I think the back is super beautiful on this. But yeah, so thank you so much, Amanda, for including that. So lovely. So the cards do not come in a box or anything like that. They come in these velvet pouches, which are actually pretty nice. And they just come in like that, and so there's no plastic, which we love. And look how beautiful these backs are. I mean, come on, look at the colors and these flowers, and this, I think it's a sparrow, but the bird up here, I mean, look at this color palette. I just think this is to die for. So like I said, I actually forget how many total. I want to say 21 cards total in this deck. But so I'm not sure if there's a specific order that they typically go in. There is no guidebook with this, but immediately I cannot wait to see all of these. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, stop cheating. All right, so as I have said in other videos, though if this is the first one you're seeing, because these are my decks to use personally and professionally, as I unbox them for you guys, am doing what I would do to any deck that is part of my collection. So that includes getting some Florida water on here and getting some Palo Santo, or some sage going. I'm currently, I don't know if anyone's familiar with it, there currently is a big debate right now involving Palo Santo and whether it's endangered or not and all these different things. So I'm using the stash that I currently have, and then I'm kind of waiting to see what that turns out to be. But so right now we are using this, and I love the smell of Palo Santo. I don't know if any of you prefer sage. If you do, I mean, like, honestly, good for you. I wish I had that odor taste, I guess, sort of. But yeah, sage, I love to use it. Rocks my world, but it's not my favorite scent in the entire world, especially of all of the other cleansing herbs and other things you can do. Bear with me, guys, sorry. But I'll just do right here now while we're doing this. So I always love feedback on the videos. Like, please let me know if there's anything you want to see more of, if there's something you didn't like in the video, please, you know, if there's corrections, just correct so nicely. That's all I ask. I'm very open to critiques. Just positive, like all good intents, positive vibes here. But yeah, so with that, basically DM me anytime for anything. I love to get to talk to people. So here we go. Without further ado, let's dive into the Inner Child Oracle deck by Amanda Hales. So already so cool, like this rainbow that's happening up here. I don't know what she uses to design with, if this is digital or how this came to fruition and be in a physical form in my hands right now, but it is so stunning. And the colors, it almost feels like oil. Like it looks like it may have been originally painted oil or something, the way the colors just blend and fade and are just stunning. And we have these wildflowers down here in the corner. And I'm trying to see, we have what looks like some fae and a little dragon type creature over here. You know, this at the same time that it looks like clouds, almost also looks like cliffs. So I'm not even sure what that is, but this is just beautiful. I'm just loving everything of it. Oh, I'm sorry if that is not in focus for you. How about that? Okay. But yeah, a stunning card. So the party, celebration, community, and friendship. To celebrate is to experience life at its fullest. Cultivate an air of celebration today through action or by spirit. Invite others to celebrate with you and let yourself enjoy their company. Friendships make life all the more sweeter. Could not agree more. Love my friends. Wow. I'm already just very into these cards. So like I said, this doesn't come with a guidebook. It has, you know, the beautiful image, and then each card has this chunk down here, it looks like, that has a title. It looks like we're getting some key words. And then we get this little blurb down here. And it's very action-based. It's very... I don't want to say anecdotal or like prescription-y, but it is just kind of a, hey, like, you should do this. and I'm into it. I think one thing about inner child working is that in a lot of ways your inner child, everybody's different, but for me personally, sometimes she needs to be reminded that it's okay to not have all the answers and not know anything, that there are other places to find those. So yeah, very into that. All right, trying to make this a short video, Emily. Here we go. Okay, so the release, and again, like it's a different color palette, such a different color palette. I mean, with the pinks and purples and whites and light blues. I mean, what a dream. What a dream. I mean, thank God we're releasing here. It feels like such a safe, dreamlike space where my inner child feels totally and fully comforted looking at this. Like, I can't explain to you. I have a fairy book, I remember as a child, that the cover was primarily like this color palette in here, and I'm just, something is being very soothed here in this card. Oh man, responsibility, innocence, and fear. Whew. The release. Some responsibilities are ours to hold, others are not. Wow. Immediately impactful, immediately calling me out. I'm just going to let this one go over here because I have a feeling we're going to talk later. So, okay, the what if, and I mean, am I mistaken? I mean, there's Faye, and like I guess, yeah, okay, so there's a person figure there too. So we do start to see, I can see back here, like we have some human-ish figures. I don't know that we can say for sure that they're human. The first ones are very clearly Faye. And I mean, I do kind of get some Faye energy, but not like totally, especially not that one. But anyway, here we go, so the what if. And this honestly echoes sort of the Fool card to me. Like, see, he's kind of stepping into what looks like maybe like hot coals or something, honestly. You get this blast of warmth, fire looking kind of stuff from down here. And also just, such beautiful cards. Thank you, Amanda. So, verity, uncertainty, and courage, but I mean, the what if, right? Like, that's the whole thing in the Fool. It's when are you going to take the leap on the what if? When are you going to push those potential negatives aside? When are you going to stop worrying? When are you going to stop making excuses? What if it works? What about a positive thought process? What if? What if everything works out how you want it to? I can already tell I'm connecting really well with these cards, and that makes me really excited because truly, I mean, these are as some of the most unique, in my opinion, and original oracle cards that you can get. I love finding these local designers on Etsy. Okay, so then we have the Dream here, which, dear God, I wish I was this, like, forest fae asleep in the moss on the ground with the goddess up here watching over me. Man. Wow. There's something in me that craves for this a little bit. So the dream, hope, faith, and surrender. The power of the dream resides in the act of dreaming. Allow yourself the freedom to aspire, for you are worth your best efforts regardless of the outcome. Take time today to dream what you may and have faith that it is good. I like that. Especially to have faith that it is good. I think a lot of times, sometimes we get messages in ways that our waking, conscious selves wouldn't deliver. You know, we may coddle ourselves and be kind of gentle with certain things and ease it on. Meanwhile, our unconscious, it like taps in as soon as we conk out at night. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, you just need to hear this. I'm sorry if it like hurts or is scary or comes off in a weird way. It doesn't give a fuck. And so have faith that it is good, even if those messages come. It's not, the nightmare is not always the nightmare. And it's also, it comes before and after a dream. It's part it's part of the cycle. So you are continuing to cycle, and I think that that's a beautiful thing and very natural and part of nature. So, I'm into it. Here we go. Keeping moving. The no. Oh, immediate anxiety. Holy crap. Like, heart chakra just twitched. No is something that I'm still allowing myself to become comfortable with in my life. I'm not great at it. But I do have a capacity that's larger than most, I think. But boundaries, self-care, and strength. Wow, just hitting all of I feel like I'm getting my ass handed to me already. And I'm just going through them. All right. But I like this parallel that's happening here in this eclipse that I'm assuming is happening. Very, very rad. And I feel like this may be kind of like the base in several cards, because I kind of feel like that's what's peeking out. This one. I don't remember where. Oh, this one. Like, I feel like that's the same thing that's kind of peeking out there. As is there. But very cool. The stillness. Stillness is something I have a hard time with. It gives me some anxiety. It's something that I have a much better and healthier relationship with than I ever have any other moment in my life. But, I mean, we're all working to be better, right? So I am finding peace in the stillness and in the quiet. Quiet used to be something I couldn't do. Like, I would always have to have a podcast or music or the TV or just something on. Didn't do quiet. Leaving myself alone with my thoughts was a dangerous feeling to me, and I just wasn't willing to risk it. But confrontation's interesting, and I mean, I think that ties directly into what I was just saying, and because you have to find peace in the quiet by confronting those things that you're trying to avoid when there's noise. And this feels very isolating. Like, this makes me nervous. Also, I don't know if you can see this, but it kind of looks like a bird up here. Like a little bird in the, like, sort of Northern Lights thing that's happening. And the goddess is there with you the whole time. And, like, that's the comforting thing over here, right? Is that she's still here. She's still watching you. You're not out of her sight. You're not out of her protection. She's there. But, man, just in your house, which we are right now, isolated, alone, in a topsy-turvy, upside-down, churning world, which, what a landscape we are in right now, man. So the stillness is not easy. The stillness is not always coming from the environment. It has to come from within you. Sometimes it doesn't look like a physical balance. It's a mental, emotional balance. It's more than that. Holy shit. I don't know why. Oh no, what does this say? The inner child. Okay, I just looked at the words. I was so distracted by the image and just fully being grabbed by the throat by this, to be honest. The inner child, communication, grace, and self-love. Hey. Everything we're trying to achieve, like, by healing the inner child, right? Right? So, yeah, wow. This just feels like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down card. Like, this is the medicine. This is somehow strawberry flavored NyQuil, because, you know, NyQuil has helped me out on a lot of occasions. Not an ad. Anyway, our inner child is comprised of the many different aspects of our childhood. At different times in our adult life, our inner child will need their voice to be heard. Practice listening to your inner child, speaking to them with love and kindness. I'm going to do a separate video because it's honestly come up in almost every deck that I've done an unboxing of. But I'm going to do a separate video on an exercise of actually envisioning and working with yourself as your inner child that I really like and has worked super well for me. But this just gets immediately at the core of that exercise. So just feeling very aligned. How fucking stunning. Excuse me? What? The weeping tree. I'm a sucker for any kind of like weeping willow, weeping whatever. Any kind of weeping tree just gets me. Like if I could sit under that with my rainbow moonstones, and I wish I had more than one. I need more than one, but my rainbow moonstones and like a creek, river, I don't care. Wow. Happiness, pure joy. Anyway, release, rejuvenation, restoration. So lovely. And okay, so it looks like, okay, there's like a woman laying down on her side here in the field. And I just love the flowers in these trees. And I will never get over this color combination of the green and like peach and yellow. And then this white, wow. Wow. I'm sure that this is not even doing it any form of justice, but, and I love that it is this sense of rejuvenation and restoration, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I wanna sit there and rejuvenate under the tree. That's exactly what I want out of those. So just rocking my socks. This deck it's maybe my most like favorite of the new decks I've gotten, other than my first original two, because they're my children and immediate soul decks, which was strange, but magic works in mysterious ways. The yes. So we had the no card earlier, and here's the yes. And the yes, open-hearted acceptance and excitement. And I think excitement is kind of the key to the yes. Because if you don't feel the excitement, if you're not excited about it, maybe that's when it should be the no. Maybe. It might seem impossible, but now is the time to receive. There's much abundance waiting for you, but the form it will take is up to you. Be open to every good thing, knowing that you will know the best thing when it comes. Will I know the best thing when it comes? That's the scary part, right? And like, this is so gorgeous in the back here. Like, God, the sky and this red moon. And we have this woman here in a dress that I sort of have. It just doesn't have sleeves, but yeah. I'm not panicking, you are. This is a traveler. Is she going to here? Is she going away from there? This gate that's open? Is the yes there, or is the yes leaving? I can't tell. She looks like she may be walking away, but she is looking back. And, I just believe the only time you should look back is to see how far you've come. So, I'm not sure. I'll be interested to see how this one comes up in readings. I'll be very interested. The Promise Keeper. And I feel like this is so different than any of the cards we've seen. It's very fae focused. I mean, just like human depiction focused, and the rest is very muted and not a lot of other nature, but it's got this glowing orb here that's just radiating light. And this is the Promise Keeper. Trust, honor, and safety. When we break a promise to ourselves, we lose trust in who we are. And ain't that the truth, honestly? And to lose trust in ourselves is to lose our identity. Wow. Why is this card yelling at me? I feel like I'm being yelled at. But I guess that shows. We're looking at a wound for me. We're looking at a wound. Even the smallest promise can make the biggest difference. Keep promises to yourselves, kids. It's important. And okay, so this is one I saw a picture of on her Etsy, and I am just mesmerized by this and these giant flowers and this like globe, which is like, is it a drop of water? Is it half the earth? Is it a greenhouse? Is it like the moon in some other form? Is it something else? These stars. But this little boat on beautiful and long and luscious and thick with 2 C's. Little environment of water here. This is called the Voyager. Initiation, New Beginnings, and the Unknown. Also, I'm sorry I'm not reading all these cards, but if there's a card you want to pay attention or you want to read the blurb for, just pause the video for a real quick sec if I don't read it and knock yourself out, and then continue joining us. So the Voyager, and this, like, I get that because the voyage is exciting and it's beautiful, but it's so overwhelming. I don't know. I've been very fortunate to have some certain experiences in my life as far as traveling abroad, and it was always like, here I am, with my phone like up this flower's petally face, because I'm like, oh, you're an Italian flower, you're special, you're different, you're amazing. And I mean that's just like it, is that everything became such a big deal that a flower was overwhelming. So I think it's good to be aware of that, but I mean, God, what an epic thing to see something so in awe. Also, these cards feel really great. They're a little wider than most cards, but height-wise, they're about the same as a standard deck, I'd say. And, not flimsy at all. Just a nice, really nice card stock that it's on, and it's not matte. It's just, it's not shiny. It's got this matte kind of finish on it. The Sun Tree. Yeah. This, for some reason, like, just makes me feel very Greek, kind of, like the amphitheater style. But so warmth, connection, and life. Very interested. Can't wait to dig into this more. I am trying to make this a shorter video to see if it will upload quicker. So I'm sorry if you feel like I'm rushing through some of this. And I know I took my time for a while. It's hard to not with the cards. The Virtue, and again, so pretty. Like, her skies are just out of this world, literally. But sacrifice, steadfastness, and wisdom. And you can only see the sail poking up through the clouds here. So that means the boat, its passengers, whatever that's carrying, is all below this cloud. And I think that's really interesting and important. I would really like to meditate with this card. I think this would be a really great card to meditate with, and ponder, what are my virtues? What do I hold important? The Reflection Pool, truth, contemplation, and fearlessness. Reflection Pool, it's so important to have mirrors in your life, and typically that's other people, right? Or other things, beings. So the Reflection Pool, we are looking at ourselves not being reflected in another person. It's us that we're having to face and deal with. And I think that does take a level of fearlessness, being able to look at a raw reflection of yourself and say and see, oh, it's me. And seeing, sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's realizing that you that you are the one responsible for certain good qualities that you love about yourself, that they don't come from somebody else. But it can be also excavating and dragging out those things that you don't like and are ugly to you in that reflection. We are in control of that. The Sacred Ritual. And okay, we have another, I guess Fae. Maybe these are all Fae, and I'm not picking up on that. But again, we have our sparrows, the same kind of birds as before. The rainbow glistening off the water, and this even kind of almost looking like sort of a phoenix-like shape. I don't know that that's on purpose necessarily. I think it's just one way I'm looking at it. But waterfalls, gorgeous. Anything with water is always beautiful to me anyway. And this is the sacred ritual, dedication, wonder, and reward. And I mean, I think when we think dedication, as the sacred ritual, baptism, like, kind of comes to mind. And I mean, you know, in a Wicca, we consecrate ourselves and we, you know, claim it, and we do that for ourselves. And so this would be like an ideal place for me to perform that ritual, I guess. Yeah, just absolutely stunning. And I mean, I do feel like this place is sacred. I feel like I'm looking in on something that few people get to actually see in this moment, and that's pretty incredible. The journey home, and we have kind of two sides here that are similar but different. One is a little darker, one's a little lighter. But rest, comfort, and security. Maybe like you're coming from kind of a weary journey, but it looks like, you know, it's kind of green over there. So maybe it's not really meant to be that different. I just feel like this blue is so contrasting, but maybe that's just me. Our inner being longs for us to reside as one. Take time today to rest into who you are, your body, your soul, and your heart. Oh, I love this. Place your hands on your chest, breathe deeply, and allow your mind to vision the home within. Hell yeah. Wow. I did not expect to connect with this deck as much as I did. As I am. And I'm really excited about that, but I just was unexpecting it, and I'm feeling things. I'm feeling them. All right, we're down to the last 5. Here we go. All right. The warrior and man is they ready. I'm going to say they because it kind of seems gender neutral, and I'm okay with it. I mean, it's got, I feel like it's a little feminine, but it's probably feminine. I'm just all about the gender neutrality for it. So, you know, we again have these flowers, and I'm wondering if these flowers that are showing up have very specific meanings that lay into the card. I'm sure they do. And so I should take time to kind of look into that maybe a little bit more. But just on what is almost like a root kind of looking rock with the cosmic background and the leopard, maybe cheetah, the moon and her bow and arrow. Like, she is ready. They is ready. The warrior, intuition, stealth, and determination. I mean, and they look unstoppable here, right? Is that just me? I feel like, you know, success or death is the option. Like, there's no failure. The cosmos, and I feel like I'm looking directly at something I shouldn't be, and I'm kind of avoiding eye contact right now. The cosmos, boundlessness, direction, creative force. So you see there's like the person walking in here, and we have the eye with the moon as the iris and the wings. And I mean, this is just very like sacred imagery anyway, and I feel like it definitely speaks to the cosmos. Like, I feel like there's a like a vortex that I could get sucked into on this card, and so I feel like that's why I'm literally not looking at it. So I think I think we are going to have a long relationship, me and this card, but today is not that day. So the chain breaker and God, how relevant. The chain breaker, freedom, indignation, and justice. We are breaking a lot of chains, or we're trying to break a lot of chains right now. Whether that's personal in your life with generational trauma, saying this ends in the bloodline here, or, I mean, with everything that's going on in society right now, we are trying to break these chains of racism, of homophobia. You know, it's a mess. But I think that this card, which looks primed and ready for battle, it's ready for you to take it. It wants you to pull the sword and start fighting, start hacking away at the chain so it'll end. So you can begin anew and start something better. the dance. How cool is this? I wish this was me and my friends. Magic, movement, and energy. Man, this just feels so special. Your body is a wondrous thing filled with love and light just for you. Allow yourself to move in tune with your body today without judgment. Let your consciousness fully embody your being. If you're gonna set you hold. I mean, I feel like this is like my dream Beltane ritual in certain ways, and I'm like, fuck, I love that. Nebula that's existing. Jesus. What a stunning card. I think this is like kind of smoke, kind of crystal. I'm not sure. Maybe a lotus. Who say in the smoke coming off? Man. Look at all of it. I'm sorry. I was kind of wanting that. I'm having a time with this card. I kind of get some Three of Cups vibes from this. A little bit girl gang. But this really, even though it is depicting this, like it, because I think it's about feminine energy and movement and dance, but this card really is about you, I mean, as this whole deck is. Inner child, inner self. All right, last one. I'm not sure if this video has been any shorter or not. Well, time will tell. So the adventure. Exploration, apprehension, and fulfillment. Today is the day to try something new, explore just for fun, and be a bit more daring. Do not let apprehension keep you from your new adventure. That feeling will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. And is this not like screaming at every 7-year-old right now, where it's like, hey, you like it here, right? I mean, you have what really looks like the sun, but kind of looks like the moon, and maybe it's a combo, and you have the butterflies and these little fays like flying on this leaf, and these flowers and the rainbows, and just look at all of the layers on this image. I'm kind of feeling like these may be digitally done now just because it feels very layered, but so crazy, so well done. So normally in my other videos, I have at this time I shuffle the deck and pull a card, and we'll kind of explore the guidebook that way because it doesn't have a guidebook. I'm not going to do that with this deck. Also because, to be honest, I'm kind of scared to pull an inner child card on camera in front for people to see. So I just want to give a shout out again to Amanda Hale, Seven Realm Design on Etsy. She's an artist from North Carolina. She has other decks. One of them is like this, just as an example. And I highly recommend checking her out. So you even get this, you get this cool bag. It's awesome. It's great. It's great. So thank you so much for watching this. DM me any questions, comments, memes. Also an appropriate message. All right, bye guys.